All right, test fitting some stuff here. I got my intake on. Took me a while. I had to modify the little adapter thing. I made a video for it, so I don't want to go too much into detail there, but yeah. Put an adapter on there. Got the Y pipe on there. Got all this on here. Had to cut the hole for this guy. I made it nice and tidy. Not some big gargantuan hole like my old car had over here. It was ugly as hell. Yeah, I just threw this bumper on there. I was trying to test fit the little ram air intake that I made for it, and seems good. Seems good right there. It's just whether or not the headlight will fit good. That was the only problem I had with it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I got these vacuum lines all finally ran. Oh, and I got the bolts in for this thing. Nice stainless bolts. This one wanted to strip. It was a good time. Yeah. Just slapped my old bumper on there. Almost looks like a car again. Bumper's kind of twisted up, but yeah. Guess I'll set this aside, and then I gotta haul ass. Wife is gonna kill me if I don't get home soon. Well, doesn't feel like I got a whole hell of a lot done today, but it was a little tedious pain in the ass stuff like it's been lately. I ran this new hose on here, way down in there where that clamp is. That was a pain in the butt. Getting all that on there. I did. This is what really helped me up, which really shouldn't have, but kind of hard to see, but got my fittings on. The flex fuel sensor there, and these brackets really helped me up. You can see that one, I cut it. This one I trimmed down on the that little flat washer thing. I had to take everything off to where I could, you know, have enough slack to push these push lock fittings on. Yeah, it looks pretty nice now. I got everything snugged up. All the fittings are tight down there. Then I pulled the fuel tank out. You can see it's gone. And I wired up my two fuel pump connectors. And I soldered in the two wires off of the fuel pump relays over here. Yeah. And that's all for today. Just got to snug up all these fittings and put the gas tank back in this thing. I'm fixing to go throw it in the trunk. I almost messed up this terminal right here. This red and black wire terminal. When I was crimping it on, for whatever reason, this thing, my terminal crimper, was chewing this guy up for whatever, I don't know why, but I got it on there. I'm gonna probably run that one as my secondary, just in case. Yeah, nothing really else on this guy. I just pulled it out. It's got the fuel pump in here, just chilling. Had to come and look at the wire for it earlier to figure figure out where to pin this connector to. So I did red on the left, ground on the right. For that, I really wanted to see about how much slack I had to, how far back this thing goes. Reach back. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with the fuel lines, the pressure side that come off of these pumps here. I don't really know what I want to do there. Yeah, they gave me those little Teflon accordion style ones. Speaking of, I'm not really sure where I have those, so I should probably find that. Here is, well, it's probably in this box here. I had to take a wild guess at it. Yeah, there they go. Come on, close for me. Yeah, these little guys. I'm not sure if I like these. They seem to fit really crappily over these. Like they just slide on there. Like they don't, I don't know if I need to like heat them up and then clamp them on or what, but I guess I'll have to see how they fit on the fuel pump. But as far as that goes, I'm not a huge fan of that. I know it has these little clamp deals, but I've never really messed with those either. So, you know, I don't know. Might work great, but it's got me worried that I'm gonna run into leaking issues and not have full fuel pressure with those. Hopefully not, but yeah, that's it for the day. I'm about to throw this thing back in the trunk and all that, so I gotta go run to Buc-ee's. Yeah. All right for a little work day. I'm working night shift tonight, so hopefully when I come back I can throw the rest of this thing together quick. I just need to wire up the relay and the flex fuel sensor, and then I can start working on this bad boy again. Yeah. That's all for today. All right. Little update of the day here. Got the alternator wiring in here. It did not fit well at all. That's the fuse right here. It's hooked up to. And squiggles in right back there. It's kind of freed up. Zip tied all back here. Runs in and around and goes to the alternator, which I still need to tighten before I forget. I just need to throw some zip ties on there too. Zip tie it up to the harness there. Got this finally to where it's like done. Just need to snug up the dash 8 line right there. You can see got some space between the harness, and it's hard to see, but some space between the hoses as well. Right in there. Not a lot, but it doesn't touch anywhere, so happy with it. What I wasn't happy with is those little clamps that they sent me. The little pinch-on clamps. Let me set this down for just a second here. climb in here. And we can look at the fuel pumps. So I got, not sure if you can see way back in there, but I ended up just putting regular hose clamps on these. Here's my ground. Let me squiggle down. Dude, there's just so much going on in there. It's so hard to see anything. Do it from right here. Well, a lot of crap in the way, but I got those little accordion style hoses in there. It sucked getting those white filters on down in there in the bottom of the slosh tank, because you have to install these pumps after you put the hanger and all that stuff on there. So you just gotta have to like slip the pumps in there, try to put them in. I think you can see those hose clamps. Yeah, it just like slid on those barbs in there, so it had like a really shitty fit to it. See if you can see anything in here. No, not really. Oh, you can see the hose clamp right there on the back of that pump, the very bottom. My hand don't fit in here so great. Let's see, it's right there. Right there. Yeah, yeah, that little guy right there. That really sucked, honestly, putting those in. The little clamp style ones just like crush the, excuse me, well, my hand is almost ripped in two. Yeah, I probably should try to get these bolts out. But yeah, really sucked. Just the way I had to put everything in here. But that's finally all in place. The gas tank is all in place here. Here's the little spacers. I got 1/2 inch up top, some 3/4 inch at the bottom. And those are used axle bolts. That I ended up using instead of the factory ones. I know I've made a video on this already, but it's kind of my final installation here. I was really trying to get a good look-see at the return in there, so probably I'll turn my flash on, make a video. I got the toe and traction arms on, and then my bushings put on there. I sat and flushed and repacked these, both these wheel bearings. That took a long ass time, dude. Just blasting them out with WD-40 and brake cleaner, and then putting in new grease. They quieted up a good bit, and they free spin now. Pretty damn good. Turning the hell out of those all day, trying to work some stuff into it, thinning it out, putting the thick in, scrape it out, put some thicker stuff in. It's just been a fun little process. And then I got a lot of stuff done under the car too. So I did I put new hardware in. I got these new little plastic guys. There's one sitting on the floor right over there. Kind of see it. Yeah, all of them are in now. I torqued down all of my fittings. So I got 4 of them in now. 4th one's all the way up in the front. You can kind of see the green on it, but the flex fuel sensor right there where that plug is. holds it down in between the brackets, so works out pretty perfect. And then I brought some bigger wrenches, some bigger combo wrenches from the house, and tightened down both of those, and the flex fuel sensor and the fuel filter, and I made sure at the rail it was all tightened up. Yeah, those wheel bearings really ate up most of my day, to be perfectly honest. Having to try to pack them by like literally just jamming my finger in there under the seal and push the grease in there. This red looks good. I got this like these blue lower control arms, the Megan ones, battle version, everything else. So I think that's gonna look really nice together. And then with the black and green coilover, is gonna have just about every freaking color you can imagine under there. They're all like really pretty colors though, so I think it's gonna look nice. Black, green, blue, and red. And then my radium stuff is also green. It's too bad a lot of the scrap is under the car where you'll never see it. I did have to move this gas tank around. Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's the reason why I had to move this gas tank around, was I put those bolts in to plug up my old fuel lines. So yeah, there's that. I have these little like dowel pins. They go all the way through the tank. So you kind of have to use, you're forced to use the stock little banjo things. Otherwise you won't have the dowel pin. You just slide that bolt in there and you'll have a hole through the bottom of the tank, just whizzing out your gas. So yeah, had to use those ugly little buggers. Yeah, really want to throw these on there, but it's already almost 5. I don't want to make my wife wait too long. Yeah, not too much stuff left to do really. Just throw the diff in here, put those lower control arms on and the coilovers and the axles, and I can throw it back in the car. Yeah, hopefully I'll get that done tomorrow, and I can start working, you know, putting body panels and stuff on and all that fun stuff. Or no, I'll probably do the wiring, my fuel pump relay and my flex fuel sensor. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Yeah, a little update of the day. All right, so I ended up staying for a few minutes extra. That freaking thing looks like a damn Power Ranger now. Jesus, that's insane looking. Looks pretty good. I'm about to clean up and haul ass now. It's already late. All right, we got some progress. Got the pulled apart the CV to put this new boot on. Packed it with grease. Pressed these 2 bushings in. Not really bushings, but you know, solid mounts. Pushed those in. Torqued them to spec. Got these bottom mounts in here. Torqued those to spec. Had a little bit of clearance issue with these bolts, so I cut them. You can see the ends of them down in here. They're hitting the subframe, I guess, because the spacers, or not the spacers, but the bushings I just pointed out. Those I had in. I had all the suspension and stuff on yesterday. Just carried this, massive differential out from under the other car. Pressed in these 2 bushings. I did have to burn out. That did take me a good while, burning out the bushings that go in the diff. And then had to use my air hammer, as you can see. Mangled the shit out of them, getting the the bushing cup out. This is what holds in the rubber. If you want to replace them, you slide those out instead of having to, you know, pop in new. I don't know. I'm not going to go that route, so I'll never know. Just solid mounts everywhere. Had to be careful with that CV. They like to come apart. Yeah, everything's in there. Might do one other thing. I just torqued the axles. Well, I say torqued. Couldn't really torque them because, you know, they move. They can free move with the diff and the wheel bearings and all that. So they got the ugga-duggas, which is more than what they should get. So, you know, rotating stuff, I like to cinch it up real hard. Usually use Loctite, but I didn't in this case. Mostly because there's grease. When you slide those bolts through, it's going to get all greased up anyway. So Loctite will never stick there. Unless you clean those holes out really good. And in my case, I just repacked that thing with grease. So it's going to... I just wasn't about to waste my time with that. Yeah, it looks really nice. I think I'm about to slide this thing in and try to get it in the car. Diff looks really ugly, but you know, I'm probably gonna pull that out and build that since it wasn't really in the budget this go around. More concerned with actually getting this car painted and getting it painted like with a good paint job. So I'll probably mess around with that later on down the road. There's a couple things I want to do to it down the road. I am going to order some adjustable rear upper control arms. The ones that I want are out of stock right now, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I might wait for them or buy some more expensive ones. I don't know. We'll see. But it has quite a bit of negative camber right now. It's probably hard to see, but that hub is tilted like that just a little bit, and this thing's all the way maxed down. I can adjust it here, but I would rather have adjustability and new bushings up here. This thing is, yeah, you know, it's questionable. It has a lot of miles on it, and everything else is brand new. I just feel like an idiot if I don't replace that. So probably about to order me some new ones there. I will have to install them on the car, but that's not that big a deal. Everything's pretty accessible on the car as far as those go. So yeah, little middle of the day update. Got this thing about ready to go in. See how it goes. It's probably going to be hard to get up that little curb and fidget it in there by myself, but it's all right. I'll get it done. All right, here's my update of the day. Got quite a bit of stuff done. You can see there. What is that? And what is that? Got quite a bit of things done. Coilovers, I just did. I got the whole rear subframe in and torqued to spec. Got the diff and the axles in. It's kind of hard to see, but it looks really nice in there. Yeah, got that on. I've been working on doing the brakes. I put the zapped these on. The friggin', oh god, the axle nuts. Let's come under here and look at it, get a better view. That looks nice. Yeah. And And just finished up the brake on this side. I was trying to get this thing to, this little dust shield right here, to cooperate, because it's rubbing pretty good. Yeah, I don't know if the rotors are too big for this thing or what the deal is, but I'll trim this thing up if I got to. Just trying to get everything situated for the painter to come look at tomorrow so I can roll the car out. Yeah, it's been a long day. I still gotta fine-tune my suspension and snug everything up and put cotter pins and stuff, and then after that I'm done back here. The fuel line's clear. It's kind of hard to see them, but they do clear. They're right there. Got a little bit of space between them. They're clear under here. At least to my knowledge, they clear under there. Yeah, this side's pretty much done. I just got to get that dust shield to cooperate with me, and then that'll be a done deal. Can throw the wheel on there. That's pretty much it, man. I think I'm about to go ahead and clean up. I got everything on yesterday except for the diff and the axle. I ended up having to put that boot on there and all that good fun stuff on that CV that I melted. I finally did that. Didn't take me too terribly long. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. Take it to the house. It's already like an hour past normal time leaving. First time it's been back on all fours in a good while. Just put all the suspension and stuff on there and got the diff back in and all that. Yeah, the alignment is horrible back there. I just slapped everything on there. But God, look at the carnage. Look at all this crap. Just endless amounts of shit. Like it's ridiculous how much crap there is in here. So much stuff. I'm gonna keep working, try to clean up some, because this is it's pretty bad. I don't have hardly any room to work in here anymore. It's rather unfortunate. I finally pulled all the tape off of my engine bay. I had it all taped up because I don't want to scratch it. And you can see the tape left this nasty like orange peel, and it's not just like the glue. I put some WD-40 on it. I already started wet sanding it, so it looks like, you know, real faded and matte. But yep, screwed up my paint pretty bad. I did it on a test spot over here. I wet sanded with some 3000 right in here. It still got hit with some more sanding because I just started sanding all of it, and then used some polish to buff it out. But yeah, it really sucks because I had that paint looking real nice. I'm kind of worried that now it's going to have a bunch of scratches and shit all in it now because, you know, every time I have to sand fresh paint, it never works out. It's weird. I thought I was doing good putting that tape on there, man, but apparently not. Looks pretty bad. Like right here where the paint didn't stick really well, looks pretty good, but like you can see right here it looks nice, but right there it's all screwed up. Yep, hopefully this will turn out. I might take a video after I'm done polishing it, see if it works, see if it looks at least okay. Kind of blows, but it is what it is. This is after wet sand and polish number 2. Looks pretty good. Still got, I ended up putting some swirls in it, but it's kind of a given. I got, I think, a lot of this stuff out. My camera would decide it wants to focus or not. Got a lot of that stuff out. There's still some in there in the corner, but it looks all right. Not as happy as with it was compared to when I first did it, but you know, it is what it is. Still looks pretty good, but kind of unfortunate that this happened. But you know, looks okay. Dang, this thing's blurry. There it goes. Gotta throw my fender on. Say screw it, throw the fenders on. About what time it is. Ooh, that silver on black looks super good. Holy crap. Let me wipe off this WD-40. I just cleaned up the inside of this fender. It was all crusty and gross. Yeah, that looks really good. All right, little update. So I'm at the shop. I got this bumper fitting a little better. It was sticking out quite a bit, and this thing was all rolled in. That's why all the spider cracks are in there, all the pressure. Ended up taking a heat gun to it. This side was horrible. Looks okay now. It's the edge where it's supposed to meet up with the fender is kind of showing underneath, but I mean, it's from over here. I'm just like a couple feet away. Can't really tell. So I'm happier with that. You could like see the bracket where it bolts to the fender before. And same thing over here. This was all rolled up. It's still kind of rolled in a little bit, but looks a whole lot better. I pulled my fog lights, or at least one fog light apart. This thing is like ready to just implode on itself. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have done that, but oh well. Yeah. Barely touched it and it just disintegrated. So pulled the lens out, sanded and cleared it. Looks pretty good. I'll give a comparison because I haven't done the other headlight yet. Oh my god, come off of there. It's like sealed to the damn box. It's hard to tell, but this thing is like super yellow compared to this one. And it's actually like reflective. This thing, you can't see anything through it. Like, it's hard to tell with this lighting, but yeah, it looks a lot better. It's much less yellow and more clear. Hopefully I can get it to sit in that housing okay and seal it back up. Probably gonna JB weld all along the seam that's real brittle and try to kind of stiffen this guy up because it's in bad shape. And I don't know what it is about this car, but dude, just bolts. That was a bolt. Snap off on literally everything. Like, I don't get it. It's like everywhere I try to turn a bolt that's on this car, it just snaps off. It's a good thing I touched about every bolt on the car, so I already got all that sorted out. But yeah. Yep, my paint job in here did sand out okay. It looks pretty damn good against the silver. I'll kind of back up and show the front end of this baby all together. Looks like a car again, man. I probably will re-clear these headlights again, because they're a little bit faded. They still look nice, but I think it'd be a smart idea to keep up with them, because they used to get yellow really, really fast. And this, I clear coated these probably 2 years ago, and they look pretty good. So I'll probably sand them down, give them another new lease on life for another few years until I got to do it again. But you know, really old plastic likes to oxidize fast, so wish they would have made it out of glass like these guys. They don't oxidize at all. Like if you compare the two, clear as day, a little bit yellow, but far better than what it used to be. Yeah, got these pipes all polished up. They look pretty good. They got some marks on them from me touching them and stuff, but boy, they look a whole lot better than what they did. You could tell down there how marred up everything is. Yeah, still can't really see it too well, but yeah, everything was all tore up pretty bad. Looks a lot better now. Yeah, I'll cap that off there. All right, baby girl's gonna go off the paint here in just a little bit. I'm gonna miss it while she's gone. Do a little walk around of it. I'm gonna pull this bumper off and pull my high beams out of there. So, yeah.